Good morning, Coolest Coast. It is time for coffee with Kristin and Tina on a Tuesday. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Coffee with Kristin and Tina. We're your hosts. This is Kristin Odell of KLO. I'm Tina Prigge of Vagabond Creative Studio. We are so happy to see you on a Tuesday morning.
Good morning. I don't even know if anybody will come to talk to us today.
Oh, I know, because we're coming like at a different bat time, same bat channel, but different bat time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you for being flexible. I am super excited. Tomorrow I get to teach Clifton Strengths with the Advanced Leadership Group from the Chamber in Manitowoc County. And we have 21 people in class this year.
Awesome.
So I'm super excited. So thank you for being flexible because I will be doing that all day tomorrow.
That is the momtrepreneur life, right? We have to be flexible. And that's important work that you're doing. So I'm really happy to hear about that.
Thanks. Yeah. So we can just show our agility by flexing the show and being so ready.
Yeah. And maybe we're surprising you in your Facebook feed this morning. And maybe you're feeling confuzzled because you're like, wait, is it Wednesday? Was I supposed to be somewhere else?
I found myself in a conundrum on Sunday night as I was preparing for my week because I was like, oh, I cannot do Coolestcoast on Wednesday because I'm going to be gone. So
did that make you feel kind of discombobulated when we had to like shift things around?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I was so gobsmacked by your quick response and your willingness to change the meeting.
So what are we talking about? Why are we using all these fun terms? I'm going to put up an image that Kristin shared, and it has all of these like kind of outdated, kind of interesting, just delightful words to say. And there's a number of them that I use, and there's two that I had to look up. One had a definition, and one, it was like, did you mean something else? So I couldn't even find a definition. So before I tell you which ones those are, let's look at these words.
Okay, so first of all, the fact that you called these outdated is offensive to me because I use them all the time. I actually think my kids use some of these. I've passed it on to the next generation.
Nice.
Gallivant, totally in my regular ragamuffin. Yes, used to describe children with lots of bedhead. Sometimes I have to read these because I know how to say them, but I don't know how to I never knew it was spelled like that. Flabbergasted is another good one. Discombobulated, total. Lollygag, yep. Nincompoop, yep. Skedaddle, yep. Shenanigans, yep. Like there's so many that I'm like, yes.
Yeah, whatchamacallit, thingamabob, doohickey, camaraderie, wishy-washy. Caterwauling is an underused word, but that's a really good word.
Yeah. Thingamabob.
Persnickety, that's literally, Teak has an outlaw name, and we said if he was ever an outlaw, it would be Persnickety Teak because he's so persnickety about things.
I love it. I love them all. Knucklehead, yes.
I'm just like, decrepit. I didn't realize that's how it was spelled. I thought it had a T at the end.
Yeah, decrepit's a good one. I use that too. Audacity, good word. I'm actually surprised it's on this list. Baloney, like you're full baloney. Yep.
So, okay, here's the word that I didn't know. Skew whiff.
Where is it on the page?
Okay, it's like 2/3 of the way down under Fuddy Duddy next to Who's a Magadget.
Yeah, skew whiff. You looked it up?
I did. Here's the definition. Do you want to wager a guess? Okay.
Oh, no.
Skew whiff. Not straight or askew. His wig was skew whiff.
Wouldn't his wig be called a toupee?
Well, I think some of these are old British terms, right? So they're talking about like that big powdered wig being like skew whiff.
That is hysterical. I think somebody in the group said, so I've never heard the word thunderation.
Thunderation? Oh.
But somebody was like, I'm going to use that. I really like that. And I was like, yeah.
What does thunderation mean?
I don't know. Sure, you want me to look it up?
Thunderation, yeah.
Let's ask Surrey. Hey, Surrey. What does thunderation mean?
Oh, now I see it in the list.
Oh, she's not talking. It's an exclamation of surprise or petulance.
Oh, petulance.
Petulance. Sorry. See, clearly I need some pronunciation support. Yeah.
So,
Like if
like, blame
prize
it,
or
like Tarnation or Thundernation.
yeah, thunderation or yeah, it said it could be another word could be like agitated. Like you're really thunderating me right now.
I like it. It's got potential. So, okay, here's the word that I couldn't find when I looked it up. Who's-a-magadget, which I think I can guess at the meaning. I think it's probably the sister term to whatchamacallit.
Yes.
You know, kind of like give me that thingamajig, give me that who's-a-magadget.
It really is a real word.
See if you can find a definition. Ask Siri to define who's-a-magadget.
It is really fun. What I also really appreciate is the individual that shared this is from a Wisconsin Indigenous Peoples group. So he said, "Can somebody translate for me, please?" And I thought it was like so good. I loved it.
You know what's interesting too is I see the word kibosh on there, and I did not know the spelling of kibosh.
Me neither, but I love the word kibosh. I use that a lot.
Me too. Me too.
Who's ma? Bear with me.
Who's
Mega. Who's mega? DGET. Sorry, I've got to say that out loud to. Just so you know, you can get a sweatshirt on Amazon
that says who's-a-magadget.
Just in case you're wondering.
Determine the definition first before we walk around with swag that says who's-a-magadget. So, you know, while you're looking that up, the word discombobulated, also a great word, right? At the Milwaukee airport, you know, when you go through TSA, you get all discombobulated, having to take your shoes off, hat, vest, scarves, anything like that. Milwaukee Airport is the one place that has a recombobulation area. Apparently, they invented the word for that.
I don't think so. Okay, I can't find a definition for who's-a-magadget. So if anybody finds it
or wants to make one up,
post it in the comments. Yeah.
Hi, Mary. Hi, Lori.
Good morning, Mary. Hi, Lori. Good morning. Yes, but some of these like are real words, and I really use them all the time, and I love them.
The one that I don't ever hear, other than like in Gone with the Wind, is fiddle-dee-dee.
Yeah, that's not one. That isn't one that I use. Thingamajig, I also wouldn't have spelled that way, but I do say thingamajig.
Oh, yeah, all the time. Becky said, I love the recombobulation area.
Yeah, I love that it's named.
Right. I love that they acknowledge, right, that they put us out by having us do that.
Yeah. And I love that there's like a proper formal name for that space. Tell us which one's your favorite.
Yeah, right. Are you viewers? Do you use any of these words as a matter of course or in jest? You know, cattywampus. I use that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Confuzzled. That's also a word I don't know. I mean, I feel like I know the definition just from hearing it, but I'm just going to look it up really quick to see if it really means what I think it means, because that's also embarrassing when you think you know a word and then you're using it and people are
malarkey is one that I feel like you would hear on like Pirates of the Caribbean or something like that, but not like I don't know that I use malarkey in my normal day-to-day language.
Mary says she uses discombobulated a lot. Mm-hmm. And confuzzled means simultaneously confused and puzzled.
Ooh.
This one's going into my vocabulary.
That is lovely. That is lovely.
Puzzled. Has anything made you feel confuzzled lately?
Yes. This week at school, it is Catholic Schools Week in our area. So all the Catholic schools are celebrating the week. And so there is themes in each of the days, like Crazy Hair Day or Wear a Crazy Hat Day. And so there are some times in the morning where we are confuzzled trying to pull things together.
Mary said cofuffled. Cofuffled. Okay, Mary, what does cofuffled mean? Is that similar to confuzzled?
I love it.
Nicole said,
I love you, Nicole.
Nicole said it would be easier to tell you the words we don't use. Is this like a Wisconsin thing? Rigmarole is a go-to for sure. Right, you're right.
That's my girl. I grew up with her. She was my first sister.
All right, so Nicole, kick us off. From this list, Are there words that you don't use?
Yeah. Tomfoolery I don't use. Bodacious is one I'm going to use more often. I'm making a commitment right here to use bodacious more often.
Yes, I'm going to use confuzzled. So, you know what's got me confuzzled? Something is up with my computer recently and the mouse. So, if I want to click on something, right? Like, let's say there's a little file icon right here. I have to move an inch to the left and click on that one in order to select the one. So, like, I'm trying to figure out, is there some dust in my mouse? So I'm completely confuzzled about that.
Have you tried the first go-to IT tip, which is to restart your computer?
Yep.
Do you have a wireless mouse?
Yep.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on?
No, I will do that next.
Or charge it, like what happened to me the other day. I can't even remember what I was trying to do. Oh, it was last week. I have a trackpad, a Mac trackpad, and I was trying to get into the show. And I was like, my mouse won't respond. I can't log into my desktop. I had to get my laptop out for the show last week. And in the end, it just needed to be charged. It was dead.
It reminds me of, did you ever see the movie? It's an animated one called Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
I have seen parts of that. I've never sat and watched the whole thing.
It's charming. You know, it's one of those films I watched when my son was young, but the dad is totally tech non-savvy, right? Like doesn't have a clue, but they need him to be at the computer. There's some situation, right? Something happening. And they're like, Dad, move the mouse across the screen. He's like, the mouse? And he picks it up and he's like rubbing it across the screen like this. Like he just can't understand what they're asking him to do.
I love it.
Nicole said caterwauling she does not use.
Yeah. Can you use caterwauling in a sentence, Tina?
There was such a hullabaloo happening, all this caterwauling. It made me run outside to see what was going on.
Okay, the challenge for you all this week is that you need to pick a word, not one that you use as often, and you need to use it in regular conversation.
Yeah, or even drop us a sentence right now. Like use one of these fun words and put it in the chat. Like Mary, can you put shenanigans in a sentence? I love the word shenanigans.
Shenanigans is a regular for me.
Yeah.
That would not even be hard for me to use that.
So, you know, like Nicole said, is this a Wisconsin thing? Are these like from are these a spin-off of like German or Yiddish, or like what's the etymology of these words? I wonder.
Yeah, I mean, for us, that Eastern European section is right on. I mean, family history wise, that makes a lot of sense for us.
Mary says hoopla. Hoopla is a great term.
Mary, when you use it, you have to message us and tell us how you used it. Tina, which one are you going to pick? You're so good.
Let's see. Let's look at these again. Some of them would be too easy to use, right? Like nincompoop. Oh, you know, bejeebers is on here. I've never heard of bejeebers, but we say bejesus all the time.
Bejeebers? Like I would say, like you scared the bejeebers out of me.
Oh, and I would say you scared the bejesus out of me. So I'm pretty sure it's like the same thing, right?
It might be. It just might be flim flam, you know?
Yeah, it's a flim flam use, all this poppycock. Mary gave us an example. What's with all this hoopla going on?
Yeah, I think the word, so berserk, I would not have spelled it that way, but I think I'm going to try to use that.
Okay, where is it on the list?
It's right in the middle, right on the left-hand side. Berserk. I would say berserk.
Without the R.
I wouldn't pronounce the R.
Would you put a Z there instead of the S?
Possibly, yeah. I feel like I would have said B-A, probably S-E-R-K or something like that.
I think a word that I want to try to use, because I don't know what it means 100%, is flibberty-gibbet. Let's just see if I can find a definition of flibberty-gibbet.
Where?
Because flibberty-gibbet is one of many incarnations of the Middle English word fleppergebbet, meaning gossip or chatterer. Others include flybergibe, flibberda-jib, and flipperty-gibbet. It is a word of onomatopoeic origin created from sounds that were intended to represent meaningless chatter. Oh, so like, could we say we're engaged in some flipperty gibbet right now?
I would say we are indeed.
I don't know if meaningless though.
Hmm. I really
Fun.
love the word nincompoop. I'm just going to say it.
Use it in a sentence.
I can't right now and not be mean to somebody.
Okay, wait. So Mary said Sound of Music, and Becky also said that word makes me think of the Sound of Music. Which
Yes.
word? Flibberty gibbet?
Yeah. A lot of these words I feel like are in that show because it's just like all, so fun, right? Like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious.
Right. I'm going to give a selfless plug here. Treehouse Theater is performing The Sound of Music in April. It's the third weekend in April. It opens April 18th through the 21st at the Capitol Civic Center. Big stage.
Nice. Nice. Are the girls in it?
Grace is in it. She made the cast. She is a featured dancer. We don't really know what that means, but she's a featured dancer. She'll be on stage. It's going to
That's
be
awesome.
a fabulous show. They have a huge production team putting it on. So tickets are available right now. Go buy them.
Yep, Becky confirmed Flibberty gibbet. And Mary said the unabated singing about Maria. So speaking of performances, speaking of Capitol Civic Center, this weekend is the symphony at the Capitol Civic Center. And Jason and I were talking about it, and he sent me this meme, the closest I'll ever get to playing a violin.
I love it. I love it. So what we have talked about the layered meaning of memes. What would Teak see in this beyond the initial wording?
I think he wouldn't have a reference for this, right? Like when I see this, I think about growing up and going to McDonald's, for example, and getting a Coke, right? And you just the straw in the glass, right? I don't
Yes,
think
I was
he has that.
100% with you.
Yeah, he's never liked anything carbonated, so he doesn't drink soda. And we never were really in the habit of going to McDonald's or like that type of restaurant. So he just doesn't have that frame of reference. So I think he would look at this and not understand it.
He'd be confuzzled.
He'd be confuzzled. Good job. That was great.
I feel like you need to take him to McDonald's and just give him that experience just one time. Taco Bell.
So, is it still like that? If you get a soda, would it still have the straw and the?
I don't know. I do think Quick Trip's fountain soda still makes those sounds.
That's funny. Hey, I want to play a little video because you guys did something really cool. I'll play it in the.
Are you guys having fun?
Oh, Kristin, so that is so cool. Sorry, taking my glasses off so I can see the screen better. Oh God, I'm all discombobulated. Hold on. This who's in my gadget doesn't sit on the face, right? Okay, there we go. So fun. You guys are ice skating in downtown Two Rivers, right?
Yes, that's at the little manufactured surface ice rink in TR right across from the community house. It was so fun. We went to Cool City Brewing for lunch on Saturday. The kids are like, "Can we please go ice skate?" I'm like, yes, of course you can. And so they probably did it for, I don't know, half hour or so, and maybe didn't look like they were having fun, but I really think they had fun.
Yeah, it's such a cool thing to do. So I haven't been there, right? Tell us about the process. Was it difficult? Like, were those rental skates? How did it work?
Yeah, not difficult. I didn't personally ice skate myself, by the way. I will just say that I was not. I had a vest and a shirt on, and so Doug and I walked laps while they were doing that. Maybe I should have gotten on the ice, but no. We on the weekends they have a little shelter there that you can rent skates from. It's $5 for an hour and a half, which is I think super reasonable. And they have this cute little it's almost like a lazy river, but an ice skating loop. And they have the little like walkers there if somebody is not real like good on skates, but you can bring your own skates there. They do free skate sharpening there. And yeah, they had so much fun rolling around and getting their pants all wet from falling down. And, it was in the 40s. So it was like super comfortable for us to be out there.
So that's cool that it's a warm enough for it to be comfortable, which is above freezing. So oftentimes when that happens, you wouldn't be able to really ice skate, but because it's a manufactured surface,
Yeah.
that's brilliant. But
Yeah.
yet you can still use real ice skates on it.
Yep. Absolutely. And they had fun. At first, Nora was kind of just like walking. You can see it a little bit. And I was like, if you push off, because she's like, this isn't like, I can't go fast. And I'm like, we have to like push out. And then she kind of got the hang of it and they loved it.
I mean, the hard part, right, is not falling down. So they nailed that.
Yeah. Yes. For that
So
moment in time. Yes.
do you think that they would do it again?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it was so fun. It's just like the cutest little rank like dropped in the city there.
Yeah. Let's watch it one more time. And a little point of fact, if you notice in the background, there's a mural that's painted. Jason painted that Sister City mural.
Awesome.
So let's just watch it again because now we know what we're talking about. We can see how much fun they're having.
Are you guys having fun?
That's awesome. It makes
Doug
me want to
was,
try.
by the way, Doug was like, Sister City, the Czech Republic. And I'm like, yes, delegates were here last summer. They visited. He was like, I had no idea.
Yeah. Well, there you go. How cool.
Yeah. So
The
he
murals
learned
were good.
something and the kids got to skate and we got to have lunch. Lovely.
And,
Go try it.
and Cool City Brewing is a very cool place. And I don't know if it's something that they always have or if it was just special, like when the delegation was here, but they actually had bottled beer that promoted the Sister City relationship.
Really?
Wait, was that here or was that at a brewery in the Czech Republic? There was a picture that was shown and it was like a Two Rivers. You know what? I gotta check my facts now.
Oh, I love that. I
I'm
love
gonna
that could have been something that happened in the Czech Republic and you're just not sure. That's fabulous.
well, I mean, posted here, like in the chatter about the. Yeah.
But yes, if you go downtown at their little community park, they have a band shelter there now that's brand new. There's bathrooms outside. You can take in that beautiful mural. Like they still have it all decorated kind of for the holidays. It's very wintry and cute. So check it out.
Hey, speaking of like terms and words, you also shared this image, and it's interesting because only in Wisconsin can you visit Holland, Poland, Luxembourg, Belgium, and Denmark in one afternoon.
We have these great calendars that my aunt sent us. And now I lost the name of it because I sent it to you last week. I can't think. They're Wisconsin calendars, and it's from like you can get a magazine subscription also, and it has all these little. Some of them are little facts about Wisconsin, and some of them are like jokes and different things. So if there isn't anything on a day, sometimes you'll get a little joke or something. But I kind of chuckled to myself when I read that one because it's so true.
So I know where Poland is. I've been to Poland. I've been to Denmark. I've been to Luxembourg. I've been to Belgium. Where is Holland, Wisconsin?
I don't know.
Okay.
Anybody know? Do we have any show behind the scenes producers that can Google Holland for us?
Holland, Wisconsin. I did see a meme recently too, where somebody said my wife wanted to visit London, Paris, and Rome, and so then it's a map of Texas, and there's apparently like a London, a Paris, a Rome.
I love it. Yeah, it's a super just cute calendar, and people submit pictures from around the state of Wisconsin, and the pictures are beautiful, and so we've really learned to love it as a gift because it's neat. It's fun to look at.
Is that through the Our Wisconsin magazine?
Yes, Our Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Our OUR, not HOUR.
Right. Yeah, I've got a subscription. My mom has a subscription. I think my grandma has a subscription. It's just beautiful, like the photos, the stories.
Yeah. Yep. So if you're looking for it, I think you can still buy them online if you really want one. But it is neat to look at and kind of take in. And the jokes are silly. The girls think the jokes on there are so funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What else is going on?
So Tina, last week I had a heart shirt on. Now this week it looks like you have a heart shirt on. So show us your hearts.
Ta-da!
I love it. Do you feel in the mood of love?
I do. I really did think about Valentine's Day when I got dressed, offset with the pinks and the reds. And
2 weeks from today, friends. I know we talked about this, but
yeah, wow. Actually, when you say it that way, I didn't even realize we were that close.
We're that close. We are that close. I did not find heart-shaped raviolis, not yet, but I did find heart-shaped pasta at Aldi here in Manitowoc, and
It's heart-shaped?
heart-shaped.
Cute.
Maybe I'll take a picture for the show. So we picked that up. Doug and I were there the other day, and I'm like, "Woo, that's what we're gonna have on Valentine's Day for dinner."
I love it. It just makes it so special.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Raisa.
Oh, Holland is in Sheboygan County.
So you really could hit them all in an afternoon.
Yeah, thanks, Raisa. Huh, that's cool.
That's great. I love it. It's very close to Belgium then. Belgium and Holland are neighbors.
Right. And Denmark and Luxembourg are so close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Poland is up there by Kiwani.
Maybe we should take a road trip.
Broadcasting to you today from Holland, Wisconsin.
That's right. I
Coffee
love
with
it.
Kristin and Tina.
I know. I am drinking the last of my Door County coffee Christmas flavors. I have Door County Christmas in here today.
Do you limit the Christmas flavors to the holiday season, or do you drink it year-round?
I drink them as long as I have them in inventory. It's like at some point, like as an example, when I was at Pine River Dairy a couple weeks ago buying butter, they had the Christmas flavors for $1.49 in the little individual packs. So I picked up a couple, but at some point they're going to be gone. And then we'll just have to drink regular flavor until the holiday flavors come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how about you? Do you drink flavored coffee or regular?
I don't love flavored coffee. Once upon a time, I loved a mocha until I realized how many calories were in it. And then I was like, you know what? Not worth it. I can get my chocolate in other ways.
Isn't it sad sometimes how once you know the nutritional component of something, how much it can take the joy out of it?
Well, Teak was showing me there's some kind of shake at Dunkin' Donuts that has 1,700 or 2,000 calories, a ridiculous amount. Every calorie you're supposed to consume in the day would be in this one shake. That's not good, right? Because a shake does not tide you over all day.
No.
You wouldn't necessarily think a shake would be your full daily allowance, right? Yeah. That's dangerous.
It makes you wonder how many grams of sugar are in it also. I feel like that could be a lot of sugar. Sorry. Can you hear the dinging?
I can.
Heard the dinging. I am so sorry. I have put it in do not disturb. How dare you?
Who's-ma gadget was dinging?
My who's-ma gadget. Yes. Yes. It is. Sometimes, I just am really good at drinking regular coffee with creamer, and it brings me great joy to brew a cup of coffee. And this morning, I woke up at 3 a.m. and I'm working on some exciting projects. And so I woke up with excitement thinking about them, not stress thinking about them. And then I was just awake. I could not go back to sleep. And so I was I don't know, probably 3:30. I'm like, that's it. Turning the coffee pot on. I just started my day. And, it's just the best part of waking up is coffee in your cup.
That was beautiful. That was awesome.
That's probably stolen from somewhere, and I'm not copywriting them. Sorry.
That's a Folgers coffee commercial. And those commercials used to be so touching. Back in the day, I don't even know if they still make those commercials, but
I don't feel like I see them. You're right. Why don't they?
I don't know. So many good ad campaigns people have navigated away from, thinking they needed something new or whatever. But even Reese's peanut butter cups. Remember do you remember the campaign where they were you got your chocolate in my peanut butter. You got your peanut butter in my chocolate. They were brilliant. They were always these little stories. And then people always got together because they ended up sharing. And
I don't remember that, but yes, I agree. I do love it. There are some classic commercials that just kind of need to be brought back and give them life.
Yeah. Any that you're missing?
No, I don't even watch TV regularly. I'm so bad.
Yeah. That's just it. Those commercials could still exist. And I don't think I watch enough TV that has commercials.
Most of the time I feel when we are watching TV that it's either insurance commercials or prescriptions.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go on record here to say I would like to start legislation that prescription companies cannot advertise to us because it drives me bonkers. And I'm not educated enough to select my own prescriptions. That's why we have pros.
Right.
Drives me crazy.
Well, and especially because every commercial always has this whole litany of disclaimers. And
Right.
oftentimes the disclaimers, I'm like, that would be far worse than the condition it's claiming to treat.
Sometimes it does make you wonder, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I would be behind that.
Yeah. So that's all. Yeah. I feel like all the other good ones in between, they don't exist.
Yes, Tim. There used to be like laundry detergent. I think it was laundry detergent, right? Or something. And there's always a question, ancient Chinese secret.
Okay. We are going to continue this next week. I want you guys to post about some of your favorite commercials. Maybe we can even find them on YouTube and show them.
Yes, yeah, because I'm pretty sure there's been a shift, there's been a change. Well, this has been so much fun. Let's see.
Oh yeah, Brisa, that's a good one.
Yeah, right. Those are always just so beautiful and touching. You get a little moved.
I know. Yes, there's a very like historical thing to the Budweiser Clydesdale thing. Without a doubt, that's a good one.
You know, sometimes Coca-Cola nails it too. They'll have just a feel-good commercial.
Yeah, or those cute little bears, or yeah, I agree.
Or okay, here's one. Just one last thing before we sign off. When I was a kid, and I think I've seen this one played this last holiday season. It's Hershey's Kisses, and they're like lined up in the shape of a Christmas tree, and nobody picks them up, but they just like jump up and ring like a bell, and they play a little song.
Yes,
I love that commercial.
they play like tone chimes in the church.
Yeah,
Yes, that is a good one. It's a classic.
it's a classic. Well, this has been so much fun.
Okay. Thank you for having us on Tuesday, guys. So many comments. We appreciate you following along with us. We'll be back on Wednesday next week.
We think the mom entrepreneur life could interrupt that, but otherwise, we'll see you next Wednesday, guys.
Bye, guys.
Have a great week. Bye.